What's up boys, Sick Videos back. In today's video I'm explaining to you exactly why 99% of the business models that people know about and do on eBay are actually failing and outdated. I'll also show you the exact structure and the exact product niche that I and all my clients are active in and how you're able to steal this exact structure and see the exact 10 results with a guarantee. With that being said, let's directly jump over to my setup where I break down everything in the next 10 to 15 minutes. So in the video before this one I actually talked already about eBay, why it's a great marketplace to either start your business or if you already are selling something online on different platforms, for example Shopify, on how you can gain extra customers and redirect them over to your own Shopify store if you're active in the right product niche. So now let's talk about the most common business models people are actually attending in eBay by itself. So first off, the most common one is probably going to be Amazon to eBay, dropshipping, selling, however you want to call it. Usually you have an AI system that takes products from Amazon, lists these exact products from Amazon over to your own eBay store that you have connected, and then basically you're having thousands of different active listings with random items off of Amazon. You sell it for 100% markup. That's basically your profit margins. The issue with this exact business model is that eBay restricts these types of accounts and also these listings that are done on these types of accounts. Why exactly is that? eBay doesn't want dropshippers on their platform, and due to the fact that it's literally the most obvious dropshipping. Next thing is going to be lots of refunds. Why exactly? You're selling basically cheap items, and due to the fact that you're basically dropshipping stuff in all sorts of different niches, you're also going to have very shitty customers because they basically purchase more items and then they say, okay, I only purchased more items to actually check out which variation of these items I purchased I like the most, and then they, for example, refund 85%. Profit margins are around 5 to 10%. When it really comes up, you have like 10% profits, but that's before tax. So after tax, you usually have around 5% profits. This basically means that someone is doing Amazon to eBay selling. He's showing you a 20K dashboard talking about how crazy this business model is. He's just making 1,000 euros in profits, which is pretty low for actually all of the effort and the risk of refunds that you actually have to go in with. Next off, you're selling random products basically from every random brand. This basically means that yourself is not building any brand because you're basically selling anything. This is like the bazaar, you could basically say. And then of course no customer longevity, basically meaning people go in the store, buy something, and then they forget about you and never buy off you again. This doesn't allow you to really scale this exact business. Next thing is going to be AliExpress dropshipping, basically meaning that you're taking cheap items from AliExpress, list them on eBay, because eBay has, like I said, the promotion program where you can basically promote with the revenue that you're going to make on this product with a potential share, and therefore eBay is basically putting in front of the eyes of their potential clients that they have 150 million of. Thing is, with AliExpress dropshipping, you're gonna have around 4 weeks delivery time, which instantly is gonna get your account banned because no product should take 4 weeks to deliver, and many people are also gonna jump off or basically request a refund. Next off, you're using directly pictures from AliExpress, which is instantly gonna get your account banned, or basically your listing is taken down due to the Vero bans. This basically means eBay doesn't want you to just steal pictures. They want you to take your own pictures because they want you to sell a product that you actually have in hand and not just take cheap pictures from AliExpress, for example. Next off, low quality. You're selling cheap products from China. What really can you expect? Low quality is basically also standing for loads of unhappy customers and just a bunch of headaches, to be honest. Everyone has tried this already, either if it was in 2015 or 17 with eBay or, for example, Shopify. Dropshipping as it is right now is pretty much dead and it's not working, but I will show you an exact way of how you can do it lucrative and actually efficiently that it's still working. Next business is going to be retail arbitrage. This basically means that you're going to wholesalers buying their exact items for cheap and then basically listing these products that you have in hand, which could be all sorts of different products. For example, full beds where you can sleep on, you could basically buy them off of wholesalers for around $100 and then could, for example, sell them on eBay for around $300. This is basically what this business model is about. It's the key thing about this exact business is that you're going to wholesalers and having stock in hand. Stock in hand is always a huge risk because you're basically putting your own hard-earned money into a product which you don't have to guarantee on to actually sell. Profits are pretty much low. Yes, they are higher than in the previous two business models, but for all of the effort that you have to put in, plus the risk included, it's very, very low profits, around 20%. Next off, like I've already said, you always got to do research for new products, test out new products. It's basically just a huge time invest for a fairly low outcome. And then we also have the last business that is very common on eBay, which is basically print on demand. You're putting your design on random items, for example, t-shirts, cups, whatever. Many people have already tried that. It's very, very saturated on eBay. The designs always get outdated quickly. This basically means you have to put a lot of work into building these designs, or basically pay someone on Fiverr to actually do these designs for you. And then you basically just do like 10 sales on one design, make a few bucks, and then you would have to switch over to the next design. This basically means you either have to put a lot of effort into building your own designs, or you basically have to put a lot of money up front into someone building these exact designs for you, just for them to not really be long lasting and probably just do a break even for you for what you have invested to actually get the designs done by someone. Next off, very, very low profit. Profit margins are around the same as in the first business model, around 5 to 10%. Next off, many people are just copy and pasting the exact designs. This basically means you're not really outstanding, you're not unique. People see these designs that you're offering probably everywhere else. This is basically not giving you any advantage, because people can just either steal it off you or you steal it from somewhere else, and then basically just looks like every other store out there. You aren't doing any branding because you're just selling random designs. You can't build a brand around it, you can't scale it. It's an outdated business model in general. Now we're going to the exact business model that is still working and is just picking up to really work. The product that I know my clients are selling is called cycle mods. What exactly are cycle mods? I've done a full-on video. I will put the link in right here on the video so you can check out a fully detailed video explaining exactly what cycle mods are, why they're selling. But to make things short, cycle mods are basically customized watches that look very, very luxurious. For example, you can see they look like, for example, an AP and all of those, or for example, another AP right here. They can look 1,000 different ways. Best part about it is they are not reps, because we can put our own brand name on here. They have 1,000 different variations. These exact products have been around for over 13 years. This is proven to actually be a long-lasting product if it has already been around over a decade. Profit margins with this exact products are also through the roof. You can buy these watches for around 100 euros and sell them for over 300 euros, depending on how well your marketing is. Best part about these watches is if you search them on eBay, you can see people selling thousands of these watches. And the topic watches in general is super, super hot. If it's either in real life, on e-commerce, in eBay, or on Shopify, TikTok, whatever, when you go online, search for watches, they always sell the best. Why exactly is that? Because you have a crazy loyalty with customers that buy watches. These customers tend to have the budget to actually invest into the product that you're selling. Plus, next off, you also have many returning customers. Why exactly do you have many returning customers? Every other product out there in any business is super hard to gain returning customers buying on a monthly basis off you. But why exactly is it so easy with watches? For example, I have a rose gold watch right here. I have a silver watch at home. I have a leather strap watch. I have a watch strictly to go on vacation with. I have a watch that I only go on dates with. This basically means every watch that I own serves a different purpose. And this also gives my end client the reason why he's buying over and over and over again from me. This is also why there are watch collectors, and people that buy watches tend to have multiple watches for different occasions. And us, as people selling these exact watches, we can profit off of that because we don't have to find new clients over and over again. We can basically sell multiple different watches to the same person over and over again if we're doing the call to actions the proper way. The best part about this is all of the clients that we're getting with this exact product on eBay, usually when selling these exact products with the right structure, you see around 100 sales after 1.5 months. This is around 20,000 euros in profits after 1.5 months. This is usually the average our clients do. Best part about this is all of these clients that we're getting on eBay, we redirect them over to our own Shopify store where we are selling these exact products. For example, I can show it to you real quick. This, for example, is not a client of ours, but he's listing cycle mods the not so legal way. There is a legal and the legal way I already spoke about this in the video. I can also put this in right here so you can check it out. The difference between cycle mods and cycle mods. But as you can see, he's doing pretty shitty listings, but he still managed to do 125 reviews. This is around 300 orders. Every third customer is usually giving you a review. This basically means he has already sold 300 of these watches in a time frame of 2 months. And this is probably around 60 to 70,000 in revenue purely done on eBay. And this is basically a straight fact that these watches are selling. Even if you're doing sloppy listings that look pretty unprofessional, you can still see these crazy results. This, for example, is an eBay listing, and then we can also redirect all of these clients over to our own Shopify store where it looks way cleaner. You can see we have discounts, we have video backgrounds. This is basically basically where we are redirecting all of our eBay clients over to. We have an exact script that you can just copy and paste to redirect all of these eBay clients over to your own Shopify store. And if you want to have access to it, simply go to my Instagram right here called SigBevo. Just send me a message that you have watched this video, that you want access to the script to get returning customers from eBay over to your own Shopify store, and I will send you through a full-on guide on how to use it. The process with selling Psychomods, the way that we do it, is a bit differently. This basically means, for example, our client is paying us 300 euros. The supplier wants 100 euros. So we basically take the money that our client has sent to us, which is 300 euros. Off of those 300 euros, we forward 100 euros to the supplier, means 200 euros is profits, and the supplier that got just the 100 euros is then directly sending the Psychomod over to our client. Client pays us, we get the 300 euros, we take from those 300 euros, 100 euros, pay the supplier, and the supplier is shipping out the Psychomod, and the Psychomod goes directly from the supplier to our end client that just purchased this exact product. Means we don't have these watches in hand. We're able to sell 1,000 different variations of these exact watches without putting a single euro into actual stock. And here are a few more side facts about Psychomods. They're proven to work. Why exactly is that? Because we have built over 200 stores with exact Psychomods, and we will also go later through a few client results. But here you can see, for example, 2.5 weeks active with Psychomods on eBay, 30K done his first month, with around 18,000 euros in profits. You have 55 to 65% profit margins. Return customers are around 30%, which is through the roof. No other business model and product in general offers this. You see 4-figure results in under a week. We have done this with 50 plus clients. So if you're actually following the exact blueprint that we give to our clients, you will see these results with no worries at all. Next off, you're building your own brand, because the good thing is, like I've explained already in a previous video where I explained Psychomods in total depth, you can put your own brand name on these exact watches, and due to the fact that we're using an original Psycho movement, you can still get the SEOs off of Psycho, and therefore we're basically selling a product people already know, people search for, and people want to buy because everyone knows Psycho. And we're profiting off the exact brand name, and basically that it's already noticed by people. Means we don't have to put any marketing money into it because people already know this exact product and they want to buy it. Means the only thing that we got to do is put this exact product in front of the right eyes, which eBay is helping us with, and then just have the right structure to redirect these clients over to our own Shopify store to build a huge returning customer base and actually build this exact brand to over 6 figures. And this also takes me directly to the client results. For example, as I've already showcased to you right here, 30K's first month. For example, here Cardi, 2K in 4 days profits with 3.2K in revenue. So you can see over 50% profit margins. Shopify results, for example, here he did first 1.2K his first 30 days. For example, here one of our biggest clients, 6 months active, did 530K revenue, M4 bought. So you basically get the point. Matter of fact, let me go over to Discord real quick. So for example, on Discord, you can see 17.3K done with just 517 sessions. You don't see these results anywhere else. Also, you can see right here, it's not a screenshot, you can see it's basically moving. First 10K month, this is the same guy that did last month just 1K, and now he's currently at around 13,000 a month. And this is just Shopify, excluding his eBay sales. 5K sales volume, first 1.5 months, 3.5K on eBay and another 1.7K on Shopify. Sales coming in. So yeah, you basically get the point. This whole business model is working, and this also brings me directly to the last point of this exact video. If this whole business model sounds interesting and you want to see the exact same results with a guarantee, simply go to the first link of the bio. It says apply to work 101 with me, where you can basically join in this exact community and have the guarantee to make 5,000 euros profits in maximum 90 days. Click on the link. It's going to ask you a few questions. You can fill that out in approximately 30 seconds. And if everything looks good, I will reach out to you in the next 2 to 3 days to get everything sorted out. With that being said, wishing you all a wonderful day and see you in the next video. Bye bye.